Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Uma Musume video. Today I bring you my first ever career run with Rice Shower. For example, you'll see that I pause when her first 3 coin event shows up, and I'm sitting there like, what is this? All the options look the same, and that's because they are the same if you didn't know. It's just random stats from her event, but anyway. So I'm going to talk about in this video sort of my thought process for going into it, because I've never trained this Uma before, and then I'm going to talk about why she's good, and yeah, pretty much just that's it. Deck options, spark options, things like that. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so first things first. When I'm training a new Uma, what I look at first is her growth rates. I also look at her skills as well, but growth rates sort of dictate what we can click and what we need to click more, basically. So Rice Showers honestly are not very good. She has 10% in stamina and 20% in guts. And the other thing here right off the bat is that we cannot run the Rice Shower card. So that pretty much means we have to run the Super Greek card, because there isn't really another great power option that gives us Maestro, and we just still want Maestro here because it's for the long CM. So we want another recovery option. So it pretty much puts me in a position where I have to run Super Creek, but I still don't really want to run a second stamina card if I can avoid it, so I didn't. But to do this, you definitely need like a very strong Super Creek, and maybe LB3 is enough, but I just borrowed the MLB, so I'm not sure. And then obviously I still want Wit, because that's what I've come to. If I can proc my recoveries more, she has chances to win more races, right? That's the logic behind that. Okay, the other thing to note about this strategy is when you're running a stamina card is that she also has 20% growth rate in guts. So what does that mean? It means we don't need guts as much. We don't need to take it from events as much, like I've mentioned in previous videos. So what are we looking for from events here? Well, we're mainly looking for power, actually, because I know if I'm not clicking power, it's going to be an issue at some point. So yeah, we really want to take power from the events, and also I decided to drop some stamina sparks for speed and power, just so I could get a Taiki Shuttle inherited skill as well. That was the point. So I might also want to take stamina from events. Those are the two stats that I'm really looking for from events. The third stat would be Wit, because as I already have experience with, getting your Wit to 600 is kind of tough with one SR Wit card. So those are the 3 stats we're mainly looking for from events. We don't need guts from events in this run because we're clicking stamina and we have a big growth stat in guts. And we don't need speed from events because we're running 3 speed cards, right? We really should not need to take speed from events. Okay, so what's next? Yeah, I guess that's just really my initial thing. Is like, I really want to put emphasis on this power thing. Is like, you really need to hunt for power in events, and you probably will need to click it as well at some point. Other than that, yeah, she has a secret event actually, which means she basically is like intended for Kyoto almost, because this secret event is that it's dictated. The results are dictated by the amount of wins you have at the Kyoto racetrack throughout the career. So you'll notice that I have to run an extra race for like 200 fans at the beginning of the career, and that's also something I want to mention, but you will have to do this too. Try to run at the Kyoto racetrack just for the event. You don't have to go out of your way throughout the rest of the run for this, because she runs a lot at the Kyoto racetrack, and you really don't care that much if you miss some of them, like if you come second or whatever. It's really not that big of a deal, because it's not that great of an event, but it is like, you just should go for it since you have to anyway. To touch on the reason why I have to run an extra one, this deck actually has quite a lot of fan bonus in it. I think like maybe you can avoid doing the extra race if you have like a full SSR MLB deck, but for example, I'll show them on the screen. Like my fan bonus is very high in this deck, so like it's it's pretty tough to avoid that race. And yeah, that's about it. What else is there to talk about? Her innate skills. This is really why I wanted to train her, is because, again, it's for the Libra CM. She has cooldown in her kit, but she also has Determined Descent and Highlander in her kit, which is very useful for this CM because it means that we can get away with less power. You'll notice in the goals, we can get away with less power because we have these skills in our kit. At least in theory, anyway. I don't know the specifics behind it, but it would make sense to me. And this is what I'm going with. So yeah, because we have these, we can afford to get less power, but we still want a good amount of power, realistically. But yeah, that's really why I think she's quite strong of an option, because she has these in her kit. She has 1 recovery already in her kit, and she has long ace, so she can also get Kyoto, the stamina skill from her event, which is just completely free, which is an extra 40 stamina or something. But you'll notice I take it at the end because with the 40 extra stamina, she only needs to proc 1 of her gold recoveries to have a chance to finish the race. Like, she's not going to gas out, or if she gasses out, it'll be like very, very close to the end. It rarely would ever make a difference, which is like, yeah. I was quite happy with her stats at the end of the run, actually, and I think that she's actually quite a good Uma to train for the CM. After doing this, I've run a couple more times after this, and this is the best one I've gotten still, but like, genuinely, it's been pretty nice to train her. I don't know why, but I think her events are very nice and generous. Maybe it's because her growth rates are not. But yeah, I kind of do recommend Rice as a good option. She's obviously not going to be as strong as Mayano or Goldship, but yeah, I might just send this one to the CM for fun. Even though she missed long S, like, if she had hit long S, I think she'd actually be like super strong in the CM. But we did miss. It's just unfortunate, but you know, I might just send her anyway, just for fun, and because she's Rice Shower. The last thing I want to look at here, right at the end, is I'll sort of just compare her to her Halloween version. So let me bring it up. Her Halloween version has 15% stamina, 15% strength. So what does that mean? It means that you won't need to be hunting for power as much, but I still suspect you'll need to do a little bit. However, it means you might need to hunt for guts a little. Like, basically, you have to split your priorities between power and guts, which is definitely harder to balance. The other thing, though, is like, I actually think the OG Rice is just better because her unique skill on the Halloween version is not as like, she really kind of wants to be in in late surger position for this unique, which is kind of rough. But I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to say it's bad or anything. It's definitely like still a fine option. The other thing is, like, Tantalizing Trick is not quite as good. It's not a very good skill. So yeah, I definitely think OG Rice is a little bit better, especially because of those hill skills that she has. So if you're thinking between the two and you really like Rice Shower and you have both, I definitely recommend training the original. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can put her in the outfit still. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of whatever. This is just what I suggest. Ultimately, use whoever you want, but I do think the OG is a little bit better for the CM. And okay, yeah, that's about it for all I have to say here. Let's just see. I'm not forgetting anything, right? I don't think so. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'll wrap up here. As always, if you have questions about any specific turn, just ask and I'll try to let you know. I'll try to take a look and try to remember what I was thinking. It's really not that hard. I just look at the stats I have and sort of what my goals are and line them up with that. Definitely, of course, as always, disclaimer, this is an RNG game. I do think this run was actually pretty lucky. But that's about it. I'll wrap up here. Enjoy the career run. And as for always, have a good one, guys. Take care.
あと一
注目の一番
あとちょっと頑張れるようになるね。 しく
ここはま
割れたよね。 様です。